So imagine we are filling a form online, and the form requires that we pass in our first name, in this case Bolaji, and then we pass in our last name, in this case Oluwaseun. How will the system process that? So imagine the system wants to output, hello Bolaji Oluwaseun. How will the system do that? At the back end, Bolaji will be assigned to a variable of type string. Why is that string? Because this is a string. It's a value of type string, and then you have Bolaji assigned to this, and this becomes a variable of type string, and then we'll have the last name entered from the form, and then Oluwaseun entered from the form, and then Oluwaseun is assigned to this, and the system would want to print hello Bolaji Oluwaseun. Yeah, so in order to do that, we would use the plus operator. In this case, we would concatenate hello, and then we merge hello to Bolaji. So remember, this variable holds Bolaji. And then we'd also merge this to an empty string, and then we'd also merge that to Oluwaseun. And then if you run this, this gives hello Bolaji Oluwaseun. Yeah, so because we've merged hello, merge it to the first name using the plus operator, and then we merge the first name, merge it to an empty space such that we have that space between the first name and the last name. So imagine if I take this out, it will merge the first to the last, and that's not what we want. You can see we want a space between our first and the last name, and for that reason we'll have to put that back, empty character back, and then we have hello Bolaji Oluwaseun. So we've looked at a string operation, which is concatenation using the plus operator. So you can use the plus operator to merge strings together. And then the second example looks at, so imagine you also fill in a form, and then the form requires that you put in your first name. So imagine your first name, let's change this one. Imagine your first name is, your username is Alice, and then you put in your password, and then the password retrieved from the database is Alice12345, but the one you entered via the form reads Alice1234. So we'll print the username, which is Alice. We'll also print your password, and then this checks. We'll have a check here, and it asks a question: is the password entered same as, using this operator, the equal to operator? Yeah, so we're asking a question: is the password entered 1234, is it same as the one retrieved from the database? And then if we run this, you can see the system says false. So clearly this is not the same as the one entered. And so we can also use this, the equal to operator, to compare two strings. So compare the password entered, compare it with the one retrieved from the database. But if we want this output to give true, we can change this to 5. So Alice12345, same as the password retrieved from the database, and this should give true. And then we can also look at index. We can index our variable. Okay, then, so I have this drawn out. Let's put it up. So we have Alice. So Alice is a string assigned to username. So we can index the characters here. So A has index 0, L has index 1, and I has index 2, C has index 3, and lastly E has index 4. So what that means is that if we want to print A, we can just say to print out A. So we can say username index 0. So we're accessing A via its index, which is 0, which is 0 here, index 0. And then we have username index 0, and that character is assigned to first character. So the first character is A, and then if I print A, that gives A. And then if I want the last character has index, let's see that. The last character has, which is E, has index 4. And then if I say username, because that's a variable, if I say username, I want to access the 4th character and then assign whatever you have in that 4th character. We want to access the last character using its index. So here the index is what? The index of the last character is 4. It's 4. So we are going to use that index to access the last character. And then that character is assigned to last number. And then if I print the last number, that gives E, which is the last one. And then if I also want to print character I, and I know that is, I has index 2, and let's see it from here. So I has got index 2, and then I can print that, and that prints I. I hope this is clear. And I can also slice strings too. So that's possible. I can slice strings. So imagine I have a variable here called first name, last name, and that variable is assigned James Ola. So that James might be the first name and Ola might be the last name. And then we want to slice this string into James and Ola. So we want to retrieve the first name, which is James, and we also want to retrieve the last name, which is Ola. How do we do it? So we want to take James. So we know that we would have to access J using index 0. Start from index 0 up until 4 because we want to retrieve James. But here, if you look at here, we have 0, so 0 up until 5. It says pick out the characters from 0 up until 5. But remember, anytime you see something like this, the last value is always exclusive. So this means it will run from 0 to 4, and 5 is exclusive, which means it prints 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It wouldn't print 5. So just like I mentioned, the 5th index here is exclusive, so it wouldn't print that. And then it prints from 0 to 4. And that's where you see James here. And then the last one. So how about this one? So imagine I want to print. What would this print? Let's quickly do this one. Printing from 0 to 6. This is not the answer. Printing from 0 to 6. This would print. To print James underscore, which means the 6th index wouldn't be reckoned with. So let's print this one. Then let's print X. Then if I print X, okay, print X, and then you see it prints underscore. For the last name, we're saying print from index 6 up until the end. And if you look at it now, this is index 6. Print from index 6 up until the end. So that prints Ola. And that Ola is assigned to last name, and then we'll have the last name here, and then we'll have it printed out here. So we can also use the multiplication operator to repeat strings. So we have I assigned to sample string, and then we'll say times 3, and that prints I. And then we can also use the len to get the length of, here in this case now, my password, and that prints the length of the password using this length function. We'll look at length function at some point. And then you have this as an assignment. Look through this, go through this, and also research. And then I would like to see your output at the comment section. And then you will also look at this too. Yeah, so thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.